Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. As usual, let us start with the headlines. The very first one, Stalin refuses to meet rebel LDF MLA Anwar. There is one word here, rebel. Means what? Someone who opposes the one in power or someone who opposes a government, we use the word rebel. Temple priest comment on prophet sparks protests. There are three words here, prophet, one who talks about the religious aspects, and usually one who predicts the future also you can say. Prophecy, noun form. And sparks means ignites, initiates. Insight also you can say. Protests. Rahul slams RSS for remarks on St. Xavier. Slam already we have got many a time to criticize severely. A three-tier war in West Asia with no end game, no solution. With no way out, no solution, Israel chose to escalate. Escalate means to increase. You all know when you go to a mall or you go to the airport, you come across escalators, an important word. Arundhati stars as India beats Pakistan. Bengal child rape. High Court orders autopsy at AIIMS. There is one word here, autopsy. Autopsy means what? Good morning, Pravalika. Autopsy means surgical procedure to decide the cause of death. And here the cause of death, they perform surgical procedure on the dead body. When you use the word dead body, you have to know one word, corpse. Surgical procedure on the corpse to find out the cause of death is known as autopsy. And here, corpse means a dead body. Museum to meet Modi as economic crisis looms. There is one important word here, looms. Loom means to exist, something that is very big in size, exist as a threat. Exist for a long time, as a threat we use. Loom large, there is one combination you have to know. Something looms large means exist as a threat, an important word. Seven of a family killed in fire at Mumbai building. Seven of a family, very unfortunate. And Trump returns to the site of failed assassination bid. A few words. One is site, assassination bid. SITE, site, you have to recollect other words with the same pronunciation. SIGHT, site, goes with your eyesight. CITE, site, means to quote. Cited something, quoted something. Here SITE, the place. All the three are important. And assassination. When an important person is killed or attempted, someone tries to kill, we say assassination bid. Bid here means attempt. But the word bidding goes with auction. You all know the word auction. At the time of auction, we use the word bidding. But here bid here means attempt. An attempt to kill Donald Trump, assassination. Ordinary person, one person kills another person, we say it is a case of homicide. Homicide. Homo means man, side means to kill. One man killing another man, a case of homicide. And here assassination, an important person, a VIP, someone tries to kill, then we have to use the word assassination. And assault. Assault means to physically attack. Then we have the great gig in the sky. The word gig has two meanings. Today when we talk about economies around the world, there is one important expression you have to know. Gig economies. Have you heard of this any time? Please respond. Gig economies means what? Gig economy is economy where people spend time doing freelance work, part-time jobs. you have a lot of part-time workers, you have a lot of freelancers, then that is now Swiggy, Zomato workers. Then it is known as gig economy, gig workers. But here we have gig. Another meaning of the word gig, it means to perform. Usually it goes with musicians. Imagine musicians perform, then we live performance. Here you have to think of the word L-I-V-E, live. A live performance, we use the word gig. Here we have the great gig in the sky, means a great live performance by the Air Force, an aerobatic team of the Indian Air Force performing at a mega air show over the Marina Beach in Chennai on Sunday, ahead of the 92nd Raising Day celebrations on October 8th. And here you have to recollect aircraft. We have nouns, singular or plural, same form. And important examples in this context, aircraft, spacecraft. But sometimes what happens in the newspaper, you see aircrafts. That is modern English or current English. Exam point of view, singular or plural, we have to use aircraft, spacecraft. That you have to recollect. Denied access to. I always tell students, if you take English language, we have something called prepositional combinations. Because English is a combinational language, collocations is a technical term. There's thousands of combinations, prepositional combinations, adjective noun combinations, verb adverb combinations, and thousands are there. How do you know which are important, which are not important? I always tell students, when you read the Hindu paper, when you read any English newspaper for that matter, you come across many combinations, prepositional combinations, adjective noun combinations, verb adverb combinations, and in the exam they give the same combinations because that is the source. They depend on that source, and here many a time they have given the word access takes a preposition to. Access blank. So what is a preposition to? Access to. Access to someone or something. Again, what are the combinations? Access to power, access to authority, access to resources, access to money, access to information. All these combinations get registered at the subconscious level when you read regularly the newspaper, and that will help in the exam. When you see access, before you go to options, you know the preposition is access to. Deny has two meanings, recently have told. One is, deny means to say no, another meaning to refuse. Denied access to Jantar Mantar, Wangchuk begins a fasting, not to have food for some time. We use the word fast. Fast has another meaning, you all know that. And you have to recollect common error. Some people say, fastly, is it right or wrong? The train went fastly, wrong. There is no word like fastly. Fast, fast, fast. And it can be as a verb. And it can be an adjective, it can be an adverb. It is a fast train. Here it is an adjective. The train went fast yesterday, adverb. Fastly is a common error. That also you have to recollect. Israel batters Beirut in heaviest bombardment of Lebanon so far as Gaza war completes a year. I have done many editorials, if you guys remember. Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th of 2023. And today it is October 7th, 2024, completion of 1 year. Based on that, Israel batters. Batter means to hit repeatedly. Hit repeatedly. Batters. Usually it goes with heavy rain. You can use here also. Israel batters Beirut in heaviest bombardment. There is one important word, bombard. Every day you are bombarded with a lot of information. While preparing for competitive exams, you should be prepared. Every day you are bombarded with a lot of information. And how to remember all that? Only one way you can remember: revision, consolidation. Otherwise, you forget after some time. Here, using bombs, bombarding every day. An important word. BJP will form government for a third time in Haryana, says CM Sayani. Payments of Ladki Bahin being made in advance as poll code set to kick in to begin. AAP leaders shot at, two Akali Dal leaders booked. Meet liquor ban within Mahakumbh periphery. Periphery means boundary. Adityanath. Mahakumbh, during that time, meat, liquor, both are banned. More Karnataka Congress leaders seek implementation of caste census report. Hindu society must unite for its security, says Mohan Bhagwat. 54 students released from hospital after food poisoning. All simple words. Aiming to eradicate child marriage by 2026, says Assam CM. Eradicate, an important word. Eradicate means what? Completely remove. You should also think of words like uproot and also annihilate. Annihilate, eradicate, uproot, they all mean the same, but combinations are different, context is different. Very good. I expunge Nagesh, very good. Jammu and Kashmir polls Lieutenant Governor's power to nominate 5 MLAs keeps parties on edge. Inscriptions at 3 Tamil Nadu temples copied onto paper by ASI. All simple words. Kerala CM removes ADGP from law and order charge. Anwar fails to get support from DMK in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu governor warns against police laxity. There is one word here, 2 words rather. Laxity, tackling drug menace. Laxity in means what? Not being very strict, being lenient. Stringent, strict, one side. Laxity, lenience, the other side. Not being very strict or stern. And tackle. Tackle usually takes a preposition with, grapple with. Tackle, you don't have to use. Sometimes you can drop the preposition with. But here tackling what? Drug menace, an important word. Menace means a threat. Menace of stray dogs, menace of rash drivers. Here drug menace means a threat to the society. Chhattisgarh encounter, kin of Maoists seek clarity on his safety. Kin means relatives. A person's complete circle, his relatives, his friends, his acquaintances. I've given recently, there's one important idiom. What is it? Kith and kin. Kith and kin means the same. Important idiom you have to know. Government revokes national award to Johnny Master after POSCO case. Revoke, cancel, repeal. All these words you have to. Annul, make null and void, you have to recollect. Festive glee. There is one word, glee. Glee means being very happy, celebrating, a positive word, being very delighted, delightful, happy, joyous, jubilant. All these words you have to recollect. Very good, Nagesh. Null and void. People running a half marathon organized by Kudroli Sri Gokarmanath Temple in Mangaluru in Karnataka as part of Dashera celebration in the city on Sunday. Hyderabad police carry out multi-state operation, arrest 18 cyber criminals. You all know today cyber crime is a major problem. Marathon means long run. Very good. Coming to perhaps the last page. Vailar Award for Ashokan Charuvil's Katur Kaduvu, I think related to literature, Malayalam writer. Excavation commenced at Dodalathur, megalithic burial site in Hanur Taluk. Excavations, when you think of archaeology, We cannot use a simple word like dig, though they do the same thing. What is a better word? Excavations, excavate. It goes with archaeologist. Insurance company told to settle TDD's claim for theft. Australian High Commissioner visits Arunachal Pradesh. Murthy to meet Modi, request India support over looming economic crisis. As I said, the word loom goes with a threat, a problem. Here you see the combination looming economic crisis, looming unemployment problem, looming something negative should be used. Means existing, imminent to happen, likely to happen. Protests erupt over remarks by former chief of Goa RSS. Rahul Gandhi slams BJP, criticizes severely. Gujarat to celebrate Modi's development work from today. Tensions in Saharanpur over Narsinghanath's remarks. Several FIRs registered. Narsingh Anand, I suppose. Air Force plans to procure 12 early warning aircraft. Now, this is very important. 12, usually we say 12 students. And FIR you have to recollect. And we say 12 something noun in the plural form. But here we cannot say that. 12 early warning aircraft, not aircrafts. Singular or plural, we have to use aircraft, spacecraft. And procure means to obtain. Exactly. Who is this? Udbhav. Am I right? Udbhav. Udbhav. Good. True. As a huge 15 lakh crowd watches, Indian Air Force planes have pushed the envelope over Chennai's marina. You can see the crowds here. BJP is set to get largest chunk of seats in Mahayuti alliance. We have got these words many a time, but there's one alliance means what? Different parties coming together. And a chunk, major chunk. What is a idiom? Major chunk, we use the idiom, lion's share. He is going to get the lion's share, means what? The major piece or the major chunk of something. That's all from the headlines. Important, useful. You can consolidate your grammar knowledge. You can also consolidate a lot of words. You have been getting these words, you have got many a time. See, we have one more here. Congress flags marks 3 clouds that loom over economy. That loom over economy, exist as a threat over economy. Here, 3 problems they mark, they flag. Today's editorial, an important one you have to read twice or thrice, and it goes with youngsters and the youth, educated youth. Let us see what it is about and how it starts. It's all about internship. Today, many companies have a problem, many youngsters have a problem. What is a problem? There is a gap between what the company wants from the educated youngsters and what the youngsters, educated youngsters have. They don't match expectations. The youngsters have the academic qualifications, but they don't have hands-on experience. Companies want youngsters with hands-on experience. That is one problem. Second problem, many youngsters don't have the soft skills. Companies want youngsters with soft skills. Another problem. And how do they get this experience, hands-on experience? They have to work in a particular company. They have to do the internship. And it is not easy. The youngsters should have some sort of contacts. Only then they can get access and they can do the internship. To sort out that problem, to deal with that problem, to tackle that problem, the government has come up with a good initiative, a wonderful initiative. It's all about providing a platform for the youngsters to do internship, and once they acquire the required skill set related to work, technical skill set, they can go take up the job. But at the same time, the editorial cautions the platform should also focus on soft skills. They are also equally important today. What comes under soft skills? Leadership qualities, time management, stress management, interpersonal skills, English and communication skills, problem solving ability, proactive nature, and out of the box thinking. All these come under soft skills. Many youngsters lack empathy, emotional quotient. Many youngsters lack these soft skills. Editor touches that point as well. Both are important. Technical skill at the same time, both are important, technical skill and soft skills. Let us see how it starts and how it goes about. A learning curve. The outcomes of the PM internship scheme's pilot project need monitoring. We are talking about a pilot project, and this pilot project, the editor opines. Opines means thinks. There should be some sort of monitoring and to assess the progress. Only then we can think of further steps. The outcomes of the PM internship scheme's pilot project need monitoring. On October 3rd, without much fanfare, an important expression you have to remember. Without much fanfare means without much publicity. Usually a scheme, a product, a policy, when the government launches an important one that too, they try to do it with a lot of fanfare, with a lot of publicity. But here it seems they have not done it based on that without what? Much fanfare. On October 3rd, without much fanfare, the center launched on an online portal. It's all about an online portal that will serve as a platform for implementing one of the major announcements in the budget for India's unemployed and to a significant extent unemployable youth. There are two groups over here. It's a platform, obviously a website. One is unemployed youth and also unemployable youth. When we go to the private sector, we talk about some employees can be trained, some cannot be trained because of the backgrounds. Can be trained, cannot be trained. We use these expressions. Here, unemployed youth, unemployable youth. That means they have the educational qualifications, but they cannot be employed because of lack of the required skill set. So in a nutshell, it is about the initiative, about the platform, implementing what they mentioned in the budget and a continuation of that platform to provide access to the youngsters to do internships. The portal, now it has to talk about the portal. The portal which operationalizes the PM internship scheme, part of a 5-scheme package designed to spur job creation. What is the idea behind this particular initiative or this particular platform? Why should they provide internship platform to spur? Here spur means to generate job creation and impart skills. There are two things. One, imparting skills, that is the first step. Because of lack of skills, they have come up with this. Impart means to give. Impart goes with knowledge, skills. Impart knowledge to someone, impart skills to someone. Ideas also, values also, ethics also. Impart values to the youngsters. Impart skills to 4.1 crore youth over 5 years. There is a time frame. And the number, what is the number? 4.1 youngsters, youth, and over a period of 5 years. Will match companies willing to offer year-long on-the-job training stints. This platform and the requirement of the youngsters will match companies willing to offer year-long on-the-job training stints. That's what the youngsters need, exactly. On-the-job training, hands-on experience. On-the-job training means hands-on experience. Stints here means the time you spend with a company in this context. But imagine there's a politician, became the chief minister. During his stint as the CM, means when he was in power, during that time, that's what it means. On the job training stints with young people you're all striving very hard to get the government job. So what is the meaning of strive? To work very hard to achieve a goal. Striving to find a job. In principle, the mainly center funded scheme makes sense for a country with a large young workforce which is also grappling with. We have a large young workforce, but they're grappling with something. Grappling with what? Which is also grappling with distressing levels of youth unemployment. Though we have a lot of educated youngsters, they are grappling with the problem of unemployment. The sentence talks about that. Young workforce which is also grappling with distressing levels. Distress, a state of anxiety, sorrow, worry, in a state of any of these, we use the word distress. Distressing levels of youth unemployment. Apart from bridging the gap between the education provided to the students and the real world practical skills desired by employers, well-known firms could offer some form of certification at the end of the internship, providing comfort to the prospective employers reviewing candidates for jobs. What will happen if they provide the internship? Agony, you can use that word also, Nagesh, very good. What happens at the end of the internship? Employers want youngsters with hands-on experience, and youngsters cannot get just like that. There is a platform where through this platform they can get. At the end of the internship, the youngsters have the required skill set, and employers are happy because they can consider the youngsters with the required skill set. That's what happens. Apart from bridging the gap between the education provided to students and the real-world practical skills desired by employers, well-known firms could offer some form of certification at the end of the internship, providing comfort to prospective employers reviewing candidates for jobs. So when they get a certificate from a good company, prospective employers, those who plan to take prospective employees, will definitely consider that particular certificate. And certificate matters a lot. This could address a key question that employees often grapple with. They can get the job, but can they get the job done? This is a very good expression. I appreciate the writer. What is it actually? Employers have a question all the time. They can be employed, but can they get the job done? Look at the wording here. They grapple with this question. They can get the job, but can they get the job done? They can get the job, but can they get the job done? What does it mean? They can get the job, but once they get the job, can they get the work done? Here, get the job done means get the work done. When can they get the work done? If they have the required skill set. If they don't have the required skill set, they cannot get the job done. They cannot get the work done. Very good expression. They can get the job, but can they get the job done? Second part of the editorial talks about the pilot project. Under a pilot project, the first batch of 1.25 lakh interns, those who do internship, they are known as interns. How many of them? 1.25 lakh. Under a pilot project, the first batch of 1.25 lakh interns will begin stints, means their duration at the company to get hands-on experience, with voluntarily participating companies on December 2nd. While the government has consulted industry bodies before and after announcing the scheme, it is good that the government consulted the industry bodies before and after announcing the scheme. While the government has consulted industry bodies before and after announcing the scheme, it is rightly cautious, means careful, before scaling it up to meet the target of creating 1 crore internships by March 2029. What is the target here? To create 1 crore interns by the end of March 2029. But before scaling it up, means increasing the level to 1 crore, government has been cautious, discussed with the industry bodies before and after. That is a good thing. The lessons learned from the pilot project will inform the final scheme design. This is a pilot project. What is a pilot project? Initially, imagine the target is 1 crore interns by March 2029. They cannot go straight away for that number. That could be disastrous. It could be a fiasco. So first they conduct a pilot project, means they take a few people, a few interns, implement the scheme and evaluate the outcomes. Then they try to scale it up. The lessons learned from the pilot project will inform the final scheme design. Some insights, an important word I use quite often. INCITE, insight means to provoke, to ignite. But here, instigate also you have to think. 3 words. INCITE, insight, provoke, instigate. They are all negative words. But here we have a positive word. INSIGHT. Insight into the subject means a deep understanding about the subject. I would like to provide an insight into the subject. Means what? I would like to provide deep understanding, deep knowledge about a particular subject. Some insights will be apparent. Apparent also used quite often. Apparent means obvious. Imagine till yesterday one person came long hair, today short hair. It is obvious that he had a haircut. It is apparent, it is evident. Now you can use the word Sashidhar, very good. Evident also you can say. It goes without saying, no need to say. Some insights will be obvious or apparent in the initial process of matching applicants to companies, but the full scope of outcomes can only be assessed after December 2025, when the interns re-enter the job market. When they re-enter the job market with the skill set, after acquiring the skill set, then we can assess the actual impact of the outcome can be assessed. We have to wait till December 2025. Along the way, dropout rates and grievances will need to be monitored closely. The main idea, if you remember, it has to be monitored. It starts with this word monitored. And it is, this sentence is nothing but reiteration of the main idea. Initially use that word. Along the way, what could happen? See, programs, schemes, usually we start, but it is not, there's no guarantee it is going to be a success. While implementing a particular process, a particular scheme, we will definitely encounter a few problems. Unforeseen incidents also may compel people to drop out. So here we have to wait and watch. We may come across dropout rates, one thing along the way, and grievances, the problems, perceived problems by usually grievances of employees, a typical combination, will need to be monitored closely. We have to monitor and find out the exact reasons behind why the dropouts and what are the grievances for the success of the scheme. A few features, a few, the few. Few means hardly anything, almost nothing. A few means at least some. The few, whatever is there or something that is specific. Same meanings go with a little, the little. Immediately you have to recollect. A few features pose challenges. Any scheme, obviously, we do come across challenges. They do pose challenges. Looking at the word challenges, I usually tell students, don't limit your challenges. Challenge your limits. I repeat, as youngsters, don't limit your challenges. Challenge your limits, then you'll go to a different level altogether. Always challenge your limits, don't limit your challenges. A few features pose challenges, such as, what are the features that could pose challenges, such as, example, the plan to place interns within or near their district, and if that is not feasible, possible, within their state. There is a particular plan, it seems. You know that, very good, Nagesh. What is the plan? Once these youngsters, they acquire the required skills, they want to place these youngsters, first choice the district, if not the second choice within the state. But there is a problem here. What is the problem? We know we have so many states, but all the states are not developed. There are some states which are backward, there are some states which are advanced. Now, if at all there is a state, a backward state, no industries, then how is it possible to place these youngsters with the required skill set in that particular district or state? That is not feasible. Here, one of the challenges is that, such as a plan to place interns within or near their district, and if that is not feasible within their state. It is unclear how this will play out in less industrialized and less services oriented states such as Bihar, which are likely to attract higher numbers of applicants. Bihar does not have industries, does not have, fine, does not have a lot of service oriented industries. Now, the Biharis, youngsters from Bihar, they get the skill set. How can we place them within the state? It is not going to happen. It is an example. It is unclear how this will play out in less industrialized and less service-oriented states such as Bihar, which are likely to attract higher numbers of applicants. Just 5 states account for over half of India's manufacturing output. We have so many states, but only 5 states account for half of India's manufacturing output. And youth unemployment is higher in states with lower business presence. Obviously, where do you find youth unemployment? States where no industries. Higher in states with lower business presence. Imagine there are some states, no industries, no business houses. How can you expect employment? Obviously, there you come across unemployment among youngsters. Apart from shop floor skills, that is hands-on experience, the scheme also needs to incorporate, as I was talking about this is a valid point. Today, youngsters may have the technical skills, but imagine they don't have the digital skills, they don't have the soft skills, they cannot survive at the workplace, they cannot contribute to the required level or expected level. They'll go below the expected levels. Very important point touched by the editorial. Apart from shop floor skills mean the technical skills. Manufacturing sector, we use shop floor, means the actual place where people work, the technical skills. Besides the technical skills or shop floor skills, the scheme also needs to incorporate digital and soft skills. That means they have not incorporated. Needs to incorporate digital and soft skills that are vital for the modern workplace. Vital means what? Important. Important for modern workplace. In the past, people would work in isolation, but today people work in teams. Workplace has changed a lot because of technology, because of new management policies and management strategies. And without soft skills, without digital skills, they cannot survive at the workplace. Very important, vital for modern workplace. How does the editorial end? The pilot project's trajectory. We have got this word a few times. Trajectory means what? Direction. In which direction it is going to go. The pilot project's trajectory requires a diligent. Diligent means one meaning hardworking, meticulous, looking at the minutest details, and candid evaluation. Candid means what? Frank. British English, we use the word candid, we use frank, but Americans don't use the word frank. We say to be frank with you. They say to be candid, means frank. It should be diligent evaluation, candid evaluation, without a self-congratulatory approach. They should not congratulate themselves, but they have to be rather not subjective. They have to be objective, means based on facts, not personal opinion. And it should be a diligent, candid evaluation, ensuring that intended outcomes are eventually met. There are some intended outcomes. They should ensure that these intended outcomes are eventually, finally met. Then the project is successful. A very interesting, a very useful editorial. It goes with youngsters like you guys, but you guys are preparing for competitive exams. But if you take other youngsters across the country, we have lakhs of youngsters. That is a demographic dividend India has. But unfortunately, there is a problem. What is the problem? Many of these youngsters are not good at soft skills, not good at what the company needs, shop floor skills, and also not good at digital skills. So a good initiative from the government of India, and we have to wait and watch how it is going to turn up. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. I will see you guys tomorrow.